Thanks, Dan. All right, we're here. How did you do with our word last week? Our silence. Okay, those of you who had kids on vacation, sorry about that. I didn't time that one very well. Maybe it wasn't silence, maybe a moment of quiet. Maybe a moment. In fact, in Sunday school, we were talking about silence and quiet. And I had remembered, I had seen on social media, they have built a room, and it's a silent room. They have built it acoustically so that there is absolutely no sound. And there's some crazy, you know, if you can spend 24 hours in the room, you'll get $1 million, something crazy like that. The longest someone has lasted is 40 minutes, I believe. Because if all of the sound is taken out, you're going to hear your heartbeat, the blood running through your veins, your bones moving. You're going to hear all that internal stuff that we don't normally hear if there's nothing. So it's pretty neat. The kids thought that was interesting and didn't quite understand how it could take all the sound out. So we talked about silence in that way. Yeah, and we know, to me, that's probably the only silent place here on earth. Other than that, we get moments of quiet. So, the word for this week, I should have done last week. Patience. Is the sun in the way? Patience. Do you ever have those days where you wake up and you know your patience didn't wake up with you? Okay, that's me today. I woke up today going, oh no, oh no. And I didn't know what to talk about with the kids. And I didn't know what to talk about in the children's sermon here. And my frustration level, and I don't know where it went. And I think we all have those days. So, and I don't have kids home. However, I spent a couple days with kids this week. Yes, that would be you. But I didn't feel I needed the patience then. Maybe it built up and I need it today. That's our word for this week. Patience. And we could talk probably quite a bit on this topic. Think back to last week. Was there a time you needed some patience? Looking at the mama and the grandmother. Raising children, you need patience. Planning an event. Waiting for Christmas. And I put as a child, but I think as adults, I think we get excited about Christmas too. And we all need patience. But why is it important to be patient? What happens when we don't have patience? Frustration, anger. How do we get rid of that? What all those feelings that go along with patience? Go for a walk, talk to a friend, listen to music, and the all-time favorite, prayer. I thought it might be fun to think of some Bible characters who had to be patient. Abraham and Sarah. They were in their 90s when she became pregnant. There's some patience for you. The prodigal son parable, where the father was patient in waiting for his son to come home. Ruth, she put all of her wants aside to care for her mother-in-law. Eventually, she did get married again, but it took a long time. Mary had to be pretty patient. An angel visited her and saying, you know, you're going to deliver Jesus. And I really would like to know how Jesus was as a little boy, knowing how little boys can be. No offense, Dan. But little boys, as well as girls, can be rambunctious as they're learning. So I think Mary probably had patience there. How about God being patient with us? Because we are so easygoing and so agreeable to do what he asks. We are not the perfect child, although he never gives up on us. And he will always help us when we ask. And even when we don't, he does. It's important that we remember to thank God for his patience with us and to meet with God through prayer, through our own actions, understanding that patience that he has for us and bringing that into our life and having patience with others. I think it would be great if you can do this week. I would love for all of us to be more conscious of the patience we need in our life. Maybe jot it down on a piece of paper of a time when you had to be patient this week. What was the resolution? Did you become more patient as the week went on because you were more aware of it? I'd like to talk about that next week at the beginning of our sermon here. Our job is to become closer to God. And how we do that through all these words that we've got through this Lenten season. Just as Jesus was wandering in the wilderness, he relied on God. So let us rely on God this week and be aware of the patience that we have and the patience God needs to have with us. And he does. Amen.